I think in the last videos we started a new chapter. What is that chapter? Data types. Data types in Python. Not only in Python, if you take any programming language, data types are going to play an important role. What is mean by data types? It represents the type of the data that we are using in our programming. What type of data we are using in the program, that will be represented by data type. If you take any application, for example, student management system. So what this application is going to do, it is associated with some special properties. Let us consider name, what type of data, hall ticket number, what type of data. It is a very common requirement. Okay. And there are two types of programming languages based on the data types. When we are writing the program, before using that variable, if we are defining the type of the data, such type of programming languages are called as statically typed programming language. Statically typed programming languages. So during execution of the program, without defining the type, Sanket, please be on mute. Saket.
Yeah, sorry, it was done by.
So dynamically typed programming language means we are not required to declare the type in advance. We are not required to declare the type in advance. Automatically, based on the assignment of value, the type will be decided, which is a very beautiful concept in our programming. So that is called as what? Dynamically typed programming language. Okay. Our Python is dynamically typed programming language, but we have to know what are the list of data types which are available in Python. For that, we have total how many data types? 14 data types are there. And there are total 4 functions are there in Python. So with respect to the data types, when we are working with the data types, we have to remember these functions. What is the first function I covered? Print of object. You can give any object as an argument to this function. It is used to print that particular object's content on the screen. Next, and after that, type of object is also there. It is going to return what type of object it is holding. For example, if you take integer, how you can able to print, how you can able to find the type. For that, a type is there. Just if you send a is holding what type of value, it will return. That part also we covered very clearly in our yesterday's session. Then we have get size of method is there. What get size of method is going to do? It will return size of the object in Python. So how much size it is going to occupy? Actually, there is no range concept. Everything is treated as what? Object. That's why. So we have some kind of size will be there associated with that object. It is going to return what type of size it is, how much size it is going to take. Next, and after that, ID of the object. Suppose if you are giving any object, what will happen? It is going to return how much memory it is going to occupy. So that memory address it is going to return where it is occupied. And I told very clearly so much time we spent on in last classes. So to demonstrate how the memory utilization is going to be happened in Python. So if duplicate data is there, instead of creating a new memory, it will reuse that existing memory. So based on that concept, there are two divisions are there. One is mutable objects where modifications are allowed. Another one is immutable objects where modifications are not allowed. There are two categories are there. Mutable objects are there, immutable objects are there. So this is nothing but whatever we covered in our last sessions. Okay. Sir, up to this, no doubts, right? Please confirm.
No doubt, sir.
Right. Let us go for next one. The next one, what we have here is integer data type is there. Sir, first data type what we have in our Python. What is this integer data type? Very simple. It is used to represent. It is used to represent integer values. If you want to represent integer values, then we have to go for this int type. Sir, what are the values that it is going to take? So minus infinity to plus infinity, minus infinity to plus infinity values it is going to take. Sir, do you know it is nothing but without decimal values, without decimal values, if you want to store any data, then we have to go for integer data type. Okay. And please make sure there is no range concept. There is no range concept like other programming languages. If you take other programming languages, there is a range concept. Here, there is no range concept. And here, the type is always int. Okay, the type is nothing but what? Always int. So if you ask a type of the data, it will return integer. If you want, let us take one simple Python program and we will see how it is going to work.
So what is mean by range concept?
Range means this is the minimum value, this is the maximum value. Such a type of terminology is not there. If you take other languages, we have limitation, right? Minus 128 to plus 127, like that we have. Here, that kind of concept is not there.
So in C, what is the range for int?
Sir, here it is not required, right?
In C.
Now that's what I am telling. So we are
Okay.
not talking about C here. Okay. Right. So let us take A is equal to something like I am taking a value called 111. So we know if you print the value of A, what output it is going to print? 111, because print function we know already. If we are taking type of A, what type of value it is holding? Because I told Python is the dynamically typed programming language. Based on the assigned value, it will decide the type. Now let us run this program. We know the command to run the Python program. So I'm giving, so py space test.py. If you run, what is the output that we are getting? 111, and it is of type integer, because I told everything is treated as an object in Python. That's why the word class came. So don't worry in detail about this classes concept. We will discuss in our upcoming classes. But as of now, remember, class means related to the object oriented terminology, like that we have. This is nothing but integer data type what we have in Python. So still we have the continuation part is there. But before that, do you have any doubt up to this?
Yeah, one doubt is there, sir. Means as you said, means it doesn't have range.
Hmm.
So how memory allocation is done? Means it's initially like 2 KB is memory allocated, 1 KB,
No, sir.
4 KB.
Simple answer for your question.
Mhm.
Suppose if I am downloading a HD quality movie, okay, how much size my system is going to take for that? Maybe 1 GB, 2 GB, like that, right? Same movie, if I'm downloading with a low resolution, so that movie size will be around 300 MB, 400 MB, like that. So same movie, we have different qualities. Okay, one is occupying 300 MB, another one is taking 1 GB. Are you getting my point?
Getting, sir.
In the same way, integer data type also will be stored. Means what? When you are taking simple example, already I explained how you can calculate factorial of the given number. How to calculate math data factorial of something like, if I'm giving 3, what will happen? It is going to print factorial of 3, which is nothing but a 6. Can I print factorial of 100 means? Yes, you can do that. Actually, memory is not sufficient. Have you observed this entire thing? Don't feel that it is a multiple numbers. It is a single number. It is a single number. This is nothing but how much size it is going to occupy. Clear, sir?
Not so clear. Like if I will say x is equal to 10, then how much memory it is going to allocate for
That
that?
depends. That depends.
Okay.
Maybe it is not coming wrapping. Okay, no issues. See, it is depending on the object which is holding. So that's why I told in the previous example somewhere we have get size method is there, which is going to return size of the object. See, suppose if you take x is equal to 10, So definitely a memory will be created with content 10. Maybe it requires less space. So 1 KB like that. So if you are taking y is equal to something like that, like this. So it will create another memory, big size memory it will create, which may require some 5 KB like that. So it is depending on memory, how much content you are storing. Based on that, memory will be decided.
So it's a
We are not
dynamic.
required to
It's
bother
it
about that.
means it's a dynamic allocation, not a static allocation.
Everywhere dynamic allocation only, not static allocation.
Means for other data types, if you talk, there is a Oracle. There is a data type like inverter.
Yeah. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe when we
that
are
is
talking about, yeah,
that
correct.
is dynamic variable,
Yes,
and
yes.
rest is static.
Sir, simple, sir. In programming languages, except in C language, in all the remaining programming languages, we are creating dynamically only the memory. Okay.
Okay.
Even in Java also, if you are typing like this integer x is equal to 10, the meaning of this is integer x is equal to new integer of 10. Like that internally it will convert. It will create in the form of objects. Okay.
Yes.
So clear up to this,
Yes.
right?
Sir, if I'm not wrong,
Mm.
this dynamic allocation happens during the runtime,
Mm,
not
mm.
during compile time,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Okay.
And here in Python, we don't have any compilation process. Directly we are executing. In Java, we have compilation and runtime execution. Both will be there.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Right.
Sir, Python
Sir,
is a compiler language. This is a common question that comes. So if you can explain that.
yeah, sure, sure. 1 minute, sir. Please wait. Yeah, right. Sir, someone is asking some question. Sorry. Can you please repeat that question, sir?
So Python is a compiler language or something like that. Some question comes.
Yeah, so Python is not a compiler based programming language. It is interpreter based. In the introduction part, there is one small diagram. Around 10 minutes, we will discuss about that. There I will cover. Don't worry.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So this is nothing but what we have about integer data type. Next continuation for this integer. See, we can represent integer values in four forms. We can represent integer values in four forms. Okay. So what is the first form that we have is decimal values are there. How to represent decimal values? There is no representation. There is no representation. Directly, we can take decimal values. Second one, we have octal values are there. What is mean by octal values? It must be prefixed with 0 small o or 0 capital O. If you want to represent octal values, compulsory in the beginning you have to take 0 small o or 0 capital O. If any number is prefixed with 0 small o or 0 capital O, it is called as octal number. Next, sir, even we can represent these data in hexadecimal values also. How to represent hexadecimal? It must be prefixed with 0 small x or 0 capital X. And we can represent even in binary values format. How to represent these? It must be prefixed with 0 small b or 0 capital B. Anything you can use. Like this we have. So how you are going to represent the integer values? We have four forms are there. We can use any form, but there is one small note. We can represent integer values in decimal or octal or hexadecimal or binary. You can represent the data in any format, but but python Python consider only in decimal form. You can represent the data in any format, but Python is going to consider only in the decimal form. I will take one example, then only you can able to understand well. Sir, very simple. I am going to take like W is equal to 10. If you print the value of W, the output what we are going to get is nothing but 10 only. If you want, you can see because you have given decimal value. So we are getting as it is 10. Sir, I want to take X is equal to 0, 0, 10. If we are taking like this, which type of number it is? Octal number. But you should know how octal number is converted into decimal. How octal number is converted into decimal? The given octal number is a 10. You have to take the digits from right to left. What is the first digit? 0. What is the base of the octal? How many digits will be there? 8. 0 into 8 power 0. Then 1 into 8 power 1. Like how many numbers, how many digits we are getting? Like this we have to multiply. 0 into 8 power 0 will become 0. 1 into 8 power 1 will become 8. The result what we are going to get is 8. That's why if you run this program, the output what we are getting here is nothing but what? 8. Like this we have. So next, I'm going to take y is equal to 0x10. It is the hexadecimal. You know what is the base of hexadecimal? Same format. You can take any number, sir. Just for convenient, I have taken 10. So 0 into, what is the base of hexadecimal? 16. 0 into 16 power 0 will become 0. 1 into 16 power 1 will become 16. So the sum what we are going to get is nothing but 16. Like that we have. If you want, let us cross check. Really, is it working? Yes, we are getting 16 like this. Then, sir, I want to represent binary data. I am taking Z is equal to 0B10. So I want to print the value of z. Sir, what output we are going to get if you take so 10 in decimal form, sorry, hex binary form, 0 into 2 power 0, 1 into 2 power 1, 0 into 2 power 0 will become 0, 1 into 2 power 1 will become 2. Sir, the output what we are getting is 2. Like that, you can give the data in any format. Python will convert the given data into which format? Decimal. It will be represented only in the form of decimal. That is nothing but the conclusion what we have. Sir, I think with this, so the total concept of integer data type is clear. Sir, do you have any doubt up to this, friends? Please confirm.
No, sir.
So, suppose I want exactly this 0B10 to be printed as binary only.
You need 0B10 as output, right?
Yes, yes.
So reverse
So,
is also
yeah,
possible. Actually here we are representing the data in the form of binary. So the output what we are getting is decimal, right? Now my requirement is I have a decimal number is there. Consider my decimal number f is equal to something like 12 is there. I want a binary for this. Yes, you have an option. But for that we have a special function is there with name bin, which will convert the given integer value into binary format. If you execute, it will be represented in binary form. Got it, sir?
got it, got it.
Both possibilities are there. In other languages, we don't have this kind of flexibility. In Python, in a single line, we can write all these codes. Both possibilities are there. Okay. Can I go for next data type? Please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Right. The second one is floating point data type. Floating point data type. The name itself is giving very clear idea. So if we want to represent, if we want to represent, if we want to represent, so integer values with the decimal points. So then we should use which values? Floating point values. Sir, best example, suppose if you take 1.972345. Sir, such a type of numbers you have to represent only by using floating point values. Sir, in the real time, where we are using such a type of things, have you observed petrol price? We are going to represent by using these floating point values. Sir, weight of a person, some 70.4 kgs, height of the person 5.5, something like that. Percentage of marks, like I got 67.23 marks, like that. So these kind of data, it is a very common requirement, right? Even price of the product, okay, account details, everything will be represented in the form of floating point values only. And it belongs to which class? It will comes under class of float. Let me take one example so that you can get clarity. See, I'm taking f is equal to something like 12 point, so 78232, something like that. If you print float and if you ask a type of f, sir, what output we are going to get? It will return in the form of a float, 12.78232. Okay, and it is of type class float. It is of type class float. Like that we are going to get. This is the way how you can represent floating point values. Sir, still, is there any way to represent like integers you have taken decimal, octal, like that? Here, is there any possibility like that? No. But we have another form is also there. Sometimes based on our requirement, we can represent so floating point values, we can represent floating point values, okay, in scientific form. Okay, scientific form or scientific notation, or we can also call it as exponential form. Like this we can represent. Sir, how you can do that? Very simple. Consider I am taking a is equal to 1.2. It is the general representation. What output we will get? We will get output as 1.2 only, right? Sir, I am taking b is equal to 1.2 e3, 1.2 e3. Sir, here what output we are going to get? But before that, I want to show you one simple example for you. Assume I have a calculator here. In this calculator, I am going to multiply 258 into 369. First time the output is 95,000. If you press again equal to, this will be multiplied again with 369, something like that. The output is something like this. Sir, if you multiply, keep on, this particular window is not sufficient to display this particular big number. Okay, if it is having 10 digit, we can't represent, right? So if you want to represent large values, if you want to represent large values in small memory locations, then highly recommended to go for which data type? Float. If you want, you can see. Sir, I am pressing again equal to. Sir, big number again equal to, big number again equal to, big number again equal to. Have you observed? Immediately it is turned into exponential format. What is the E, sir? E value is nothing but 10. Plus 17 means what? E to the power 17. That means 10, 10 power 17. You are going to get 17 zeros. We have to multiply this entire value with 17 zeros. 10. Once after that 17 zeros, something like that. Sir, if you are taking negative value, then this entire value divided by 10 power 17 we have to take. Sir, anyway, here what will happen? We have given 1.2 e cube, right? That means what? 1.2 into 10 cube. So 1.2 into 10 cube means what? 1000. If you multiply this with 1000, what output we are going to get? 1200.0, because one digit is there, right? 10 will come, remaining 2 zeros will come here. So let us execute this and check what will happen. Sir, you can see 1200 point something like that. Sir, now can I take, sir, C is equal to 1.2 e to the power minus 4. Can I take like this? Yes, no problem. Sir, minus means what? In the denominator, you have to take 1.2 e to the power minus 4. 1.2 10 to the power minus 4. That means 1.2 divided by, so 100, something like that. Sir, which will print 0.0012, something like that we are going to get. Let me check. Yes, 0.00012, like that we are getting. Sir, next and after that, compulsory, we have to use only small e. You can use capital E also. Then if you print the value, the output what we are going to get is 1.2. E value is nothing but what? 10. So 10 power 2. Whether it is a small e or capital E, the output is always 10 only. Let us execute and see. Perfect. I hope everyone understood how these floating point values are represented. Friends, any doubt up to this, whatever I covered, please confirm.
Yes.
Clear, right?
Actually, I have one doubt in above and the above first example also. Like we are giving values like, can you please scroll up a little bit?
I mean, integer or floating point, which where doubt?
Yeah, here we have given 0 o 10, and we are printing value of x. So why means how it is giving us in a integer format only, like output we are getting in int format only.
In decimal format. See, whether it is also integer, but the representation is in the form of octal values, right? So
Yeah, correct.
you can take the values in decimal, or you can take it in octal, you can take it in hexadecimal, you can take it in binary. But programming languages will consider only in one form. Which form? Decimal form will be considered. That's why, so we are converting octal to decimal and we are printing. Just I am showing for you, but internally it will convert. We are not required to convert. Okay.
So in background it is getting converted into
Yes,
decimal
yes, yes,
int,
yes, yes.
and floating also it is getting converted into int.
Which one?
Floating in float.
Float. integer concept won't come into the floating point. Floating
Yeah,
point
yeah,
means what?
float
Null
in
point,
decimal.
something will be there. So this
Okay.
value won't be converted into integer.
Uh, and can we write a float like hexadecimal format in float?
No, we can't, because it will be something like point representation, right? How you can?
Okay. 10 raised to power minus 3, like, can we write it in octal? I am not sure about it.
No, we can't.
Okay.
See, integer, octal, decimal, hexadecimal, these things won't come in points. Binary, these things, points values won't be there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Right, friends. So with this, I'm going to stop today's session. So some students requested, that's why we have taken this demo link today. So actually we have to change the link. So from tomorrow we are going to get a new link. So kindly register by tomorrow. So tomorrow 10 o'clock we will join at sharp. Okay. So with another data type like a complex Boolean string is there. I'm going to cover in the tomorrow's session. So those who have not yet registered, this is the last demo. Register tomorrow and attend the classes from tomorrow regularly. Okay.
Actually, I have one question, like, will there be morning batch starting for Python?
As of now, there is no batch, sir. There is two possibilities. 7 o'clock batch will be free for me after 1 week. So maybe they are going to plan either Java or Python, depending on the
Morning batch?
inquiries. Yes, morning.
Yeah, it would be great if it is Python.
Yeah,
Morning
yeah,
7.
that I can't decide because our admin team are going to take care of that because they will get inquiries, right? In that, if more possible, more inquiries are Python means they will start Python. Otherwise, they will schedule Java. That I
Also,
can't give guarantee.
can to whom we can request, like, if we have to pay in installment?
No, you have to contact the admin team only. In our website, we have numbers, right? You can call to that. Otherwise, you can check your mail. No, they have given the complete payment details and inquiry numbers. You can call to them.
Okay.
Sir,
Python with DS anytime you are starting?
As of now, there is no batch, sir. Maybe in the last week of February, you can expect in the evening timings.
Evening, huh? Okay.
Evening. Data structures and algorithms with Java, with Python, logic-based programming. These three courses will be in the evening times only because maximum college students are going to attend that. That's why we are planning that in the evening sessions. Java and Python, morning, evening, it will be there alternatively.
So that logic base also is the same or it is different course?
It is completely related to the programs. There we are not talking about languages. We will take one program and we will implement that program in all the languages like C, Java, and Python.
Okay. So the Python with DSA that is different with the logic base.
Yes. Logic based, we will focus only on programs. In the DSA, concept implementation will be there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, once if batch is announced, I will share all the information in our WhatsApp group. You can attend the demo and you can get clarifications, and then if you are willing, you can join. Okay.
Yeah, no. Meantime, this Python I already joined. So if it is halfway means that you could cook up that data structure, right?
Yeah. Python, if you know up to object-oriented programming, no problem. You can go for DSA.
Correct. Yeah, before that, anyway, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, right.
Sir, actually, I had one question that I messed up in my final round of HSBC. The question was 5 by 3. If you try to print, na, it will always show after point up to 15 number of digits.
Mm.
But they asked me to show 100 up to 100 digits. That was my final round question, but I failed to do that. So
Yo. uh, Suppose if A is equal to 1.2345,
no,
something like that.
not like that. It was 5. If you do 5 by 3 exact, this was the question.
5 by
Exact
3.
5 by 3. Yeah, you try to print it. It
If
will
you
only
print
print up
A
to, yeah, up to 15 digit something. Yeah.
like that, so they
Yes.
asked up to
Up to 100. It was my question actually.
maybe 0.100 f comma in the place of percentage we have to take a maybe This is the answer. Let me check. Yeah, this is the answer.
No, it is not correct actually. So the last digits are actually wrong now.
No,
5 by
maybe sir,
3.
this is the exact value. I think so.
No. If you do 5 by 3, then
Hmm.
it is always 1.66666 only. It's
Every
doing
time.
something approximation actually.
Yeah. It will calculate automatically. It will return always approximate value.
Actually, when they wanted me to do use some DSA thinking and implement it in such in that way. It was the
They need accurate value.
yeah, exactly. So that I failed.
Maybe
It is
first
very
time I
tough
am seeing
question.
this question also.
I even asked my PhD colleagues. Okay, they also failed.
Okay.
So it is
Actually,
very
these languages are implemented to return always accurate values only.
yeah.
Maybe up to this it is calculating accurate value. Maybe you
No,
have
no, no. It is not actually. If you divide 5 by 3, then
Mm.
it becomes always 1.66666 only.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
Maybe. Okay, we will see. I will
yeah.
at least
This is
it is a new
one question. But
it is
I
new
asked
question for
ChatGPT,
me.
it gave something. Okay, but it was trying to import some library and then do it. But the question was to use some for loop or if else statement or OOP
Okay.
and solve it. But I failed, and even my best colleagues they also failed. So I am not
Okay.
in guilty, but still it's a like puzzle to me. Yeah,
Okay, so it very interesting question you have posted to me today.
yeah.
Definitely, I will research on this and I will get back to you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Sir, so hopefully by which time we will get the link?
Tomorrow, maximum by afternoon, they are going to share the link.
Okay. In case
Already
I
they
don't get,
created
I need to call them.
the link. Okay.
Oh, okay. Then
So
good. Okay.
some people in the afternoon they made a call and they asked me one more session because only 4 classes we have taken, right? That's why they requested for another class. That's why suddenly they planned.
Okay, sir.
Even I too don't know. They have changed. I think that they changed the link. Now exactly at 10:03, I got notification saying you have to join with the old link only.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Make a
Right.
group of whoever join.
Yeah. Tomorrow we will create because in this group, I mean, once if the regular class started, then I will share the number and I will give. Okay.
Okay.
Right, sir. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.